Good evening and a warm welcome to the weather forecast brought to you by Isaiah Kadapa. That cold southerly flow from the Atlantic Ocean was still felt this afternoon over Khanzi and Kalahari, consequently giving us highs of 20 degrees Celsius over Ngojan, 22 over Tsabong, and 24 degrees Celsius over Khanzi. We are still expecting that cold southerly flow to persist into tomorrow. Let's take a look at the Sarai picture for tonight. We are having some fine and stable conditions over most parts of the country. Partly cloudy conditions still visible over southeast Katlenkwan and central northeast as well as Chobe. For tomorrow, we are expecting some advection of low-level moisture from the Indian Ocean. We are expecting it to affect those areas confined mostly to the eastern parts of the country over northeast moving into southern central. We are expecting, again, a possibility of some isolated thunder showers over southern central. Partly cloudy conditions expected over Katlan, northern central as well as Chobe. We are expecting some fine and stable conditions over southern southeast, Katlan, Khanti as well as Ngamiland districts. In the morning, that cold southerly flow will still be felt, especially over Kalahari, Khanzi, moving into southern southeast Katling. And we're expecting some very cold temperatures over Kalahari as well as southern Khanzi, expecting lows of 5 degrees Celsius over those areas, expecting 7 degrees over Good Hope joining as well as northern Khanzi, 10 degrees over the capital city, Gaborone. Mild temperatures are expected over central northeast as well as Ngamiland, warmer temperatures over Chobe, expecting highs of 15 degrees Celsius over Gumareshaka, 14 over Maung, Letlhakane, as well as Maitingo, 15 degrees expected over the city of Franstown, Silupikwe, as well as Plaja, 19 degrees over Kasane and Banda Matenga. Even in the afternoon, we are still expecting that cold southerly flow to be felt over Khanzi, Kalahari, and southern, expecting highs of 25 degrees over Gurup, 24 over Johnny, 23 degrees over southern Kalahari, 24 over Tsane, and 25 degrees over the Khanzi. Warmer temperatures are expected over other parts of the country, expecting highs of 27 degrees over the capital city, Gaborone, Olefantshoek, Mahala, Silupikwe, as well as Plajan, 30 degrees over the city of Franstown, 31 over Letlhakane, Maitingo, 32 degrees expected over Swap and Chobe, as well as Ngamiland district. Let us take a look at the active fires for tonight. Some active fires still visible over most parts of the country. Areas like Kalahari still under fire at Inaleholo, Monongwatle, as well as Hunuhuko. Even the Khanzi areas like CKGR, Old Kade, Molapo still under fire. Bere as well still under fire, and Metsimanso still in the Khanzi parts. And over Katleng, we are experiencing some fires at Ramotlabaki as well as Olifantshoek. And these fires are burning at high intensity and moving at high speeds. We will keep on monitoring this situation. Moving on to the fire danger index, or the possibility of fire outbreaks, still very high, especially over the northern tip of the country, over Ngamiland as well as Chabat. Over the southern parts of the country, it is relatively low because we have been experiencing some slightly cooler temperatures. But we will, however, keep on updating the public on the situation. Let us take a look at the SADC city. We are expecting some fine and stable conditions over Port Elizabeth as well as Upington. Highs of 21 are expected over Port Elizabeth and 23 degrees over Upington. We are expecting some partly cloudy conditions over Cape Town with highs of 23 degrees. So she's expecting some cloud with the possibility of drizzle or light rain over Johannesburg as well as Manzini. Highs of 32 degrees over Manzini are expected and 17 degrees over the city of Johannesburg. Expecting some fine and stable conditions over the city of Beira with highs of 32. We're expecting some patches of clouds to be visible over Harare with highs of 30 degrees. Fine and stable conditions over Lusaka as well as Windhoek with highs of 35 degrees over Lusaka and 26 degrees Celsius over Windhoek. Expecting fine and stable conditions as well over Blantyre and Dar es Salaam. Highs of 28 degrees are expected over Blantyre and 29 degrees over Dar es Salaam. Expecting some partly cloudy with the possibility of drizzle or light rain over Luanda with highs of 28 degrees. Expecting some cloudy conditions with highs of 32 degrees Celsius over the city of Kinshasa. That was the weather for tonight. Do enjoy your night and good night.